Are you ready to relay? Good. Welcome everyone to tonight, and we're celebrating our official kickoff for the Relay for Life season in Lincoln County. My name is David Park. I'm a pastor of the First Baptist Church in Hamlin, and to tell you a little bit why I am here, in my church alone, there are 5 people who have recovered from cancer, and actually 6. I'm sorry. It's pretty special that within our small congregation we have 6 people who survived cancer, and I can tell you it is possible that you can survive cancer. I had a brother who had melanoma cancer, and he did not survive. And this is very special to me to be here tonight and be part of the Relay for Life. At this time, let us bow our heads and have a word of prayer. Merciful God, we thank you for this great and glorious day, a day to join you in ending cancer. We bless you and thank you for the surroundings us with so great a cloud of witnesses. Bless those who have gone before us, whether living or departed, who cheer us on in this effort. Bless all who have gathered here today and those who are gathering in other locations for their own Relay for Life. Extend our strength and grace to medical professionals and caregivers as they come alongside those who are suffering from cancer. Pour out your favor and wisdom on fundraisers and researchers as they pour out themselves to defeat all cancer for all time. Shower comfort, peace, and healing on all those who have cancer right now. Meet their needs in body, mind, and spirit. Cancer is a heavy burden, bringing discouragement, pain, and heartache. Help all who are touched by this disease to not grow weary. Help us not to lose heart. Empower us to overcome, to lay aside every weight that would keep us from this noble task. Fill us with your Spirit that we may run the race with perseverance and joy and hope. Strengthen us with the promise that you go before us and with us in this good fight. May this day draw us to your great love. May this day bring you honor. May this day bring victory over cancer. Amen. Your commitment to the fight against cancer is honorable, and I can feel the excitement in the air as we prepare to kick off the Relay for Life 2014. Thanks to the dedication of our community, volunteers, and everyone like you, Relay for Life has grown from a single event in 1985 to a worldwide commitment to the fight against cancer. Introducing the American Cancer Society to the citizens, countless communities like Lincoln County. At this time, Trina Barrett.
First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out here tonight. I know the weather is not good, but we looked at the next 2 weeks and the weather is still not good. So we made a decision to have it tonight, and I'm glad to see every one of you out. I'm Trina Barrett, and I am the chairperson for Lincoln County Relay, and I'd like to thank this great committee that I just ask, and they do whatever. We work together so well, and we all come together tonight, the team captains, the community, the volunteers that we have. You all are Relay. And this, I just wrote something that, what is Relay? It's something to me, and it's people coming together, lighting up the darkness with hope. It's therapy for the heart and mind. It's tough seeing your loved ones taken by cancer. We hope as family, friends, co-workers, survivors, caretakers, and teams as a community up against the fight against cancer. We come to remember loved ones we have lost and to celebrate life. It represents those lost who will never be forgotten. Those facing will be supported, and those fighting cancer will one day succeed in eliminating cancer forever. Relay isn't just about writing a check. It's the schools, churches, co-workers coming together for hope. Survivors are walking, celebrating life for another year. It's a remembrance for those that have passed and honor those that are still with us. We, Lincoln County, working as a team, saves lives.
At this time, I'd like to introduce the committee that Trina had put together. And as I call your name out, would you please stand? Starting first with our chairperson, Trina Barrett. Pam Spencer, co-chair and team retention. Patty Robinson, PR, marketing and ACS. Michelle Stevens, online. Michelle's in the back. Lisa Pritchard, accounting. Jeremy Brunny, schools and accounting. In the back. Caitlin Etling, youth activities. Annette Swanson, missionary delivery, team nutrition. Diana Stowers, survivor. Lori Huffman, hospitality. Mr. T. Mr. T, come in. And this is what Mr. T does, whatever Trina tells him to do. Lauren Meadows, Women and Survivor. Phoebe Harless, sponsorship. Debbie Winfrey, sponsorship. Glory, Debbie. Teresa Watts, fundraising. Teresa. Mary Payton, survivor. Heidi Polly, registration. She has family illness and cannot be here tonight. Becky Clay takes care of the churches. There's a death in her family and she cannot be here tonight. Brian Fisk on entertainment and logistics. David Roberts with logistics. Carrie Cox, registration. And Robert Dyer, honorary chair. She's in the hospital and able to attend us. She's having a biopsy on Friday. So could we bow our heads for a moment of silent prayer? Amen. At this time, I'd like to bring Lauren Meadows and Mary Payton to the podium, please.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming here tonight. Also, this is our Luminaria bags, if you don't know about them. You can have these for Relay Provide. This is for the heroes of 2014 for those heroes that are not here with us tonight. Maybe they're in the hospital, maybe just in climate weather. But I just had this in honor of them. So I'm going to set it right here. Show them we're thanking them. Heroes for Hope are living proof that we are saving lives and creating more birthdays. That's what Relay is all about. They inspire us. They inspire us to fight back against cancer by supporting the American Cancer Society and participating in Relay for Life. These honoraries symbolize the courageous struggles of all patients as they deal with physical and emotional aspects of their experience. Tonight we have special guests. We have Bella Masters. Who is our little 8-year-old super duper hero of Lincoln County. And we also have Sammy. Our other 6-year-old super duper hero of Lincoln County. Both of these children are fighting cancer. They are survivors. They're here with us tonight. Let's give them one more round of applause.
Okay, at this time, will all the cancer survivors stand, please?
y'all didn't know, we also have celebrities in the audience tonight, which is Bella and Sammy. They made national news today on the Today Show. And guess what? We've got the video. Sit still and we'll watch the video.
This morning on Hope to It, real life superheroes.
A group in West Virginia is bringing comic book icons to life to help children battling serious illnesses.
Well, they're called Heroes for Hire, and their mission is to inspire kids to find the hero within.
Being a superhero is more than a costume and gadgets. And it's more than fighting an evil nemesis. For John Buckland, the Batman of West Virginia, heroism is about helping others.
If we as adults can reach into the child and then help them to dream and help them to hope and help them to see themselves as bigger than they really might at that time, then we can inspire them to become everything that they were designed and created to be.
John and a team of super friends called Heroes for Hire suit up for special missions.
You need to give Spidey a hug.
Partnering with the local nonprofit Golden Kids to empower children to stand up to that dastardly villain called cancer.
Tough things make me stronger.
For Batman, who is their hero, who is their comic book character, who is on their bed sheets, to jump off of those and sit on the edge of their bed and look and say, "You're my hero," then they believe it. And that's when they fight. And that's when they never give up.
It's made an impact on 6-year-old leukemia patient Samuel Solly, who met Batman on a very difficult day of treatment.
He gave me something that I needed to know for my whole life, and I have to learn how to do things at the same time to help other people at the same time.
It was like a flashlight turned on behind that child's head. Even though he had a mask on, you could see the smile cut across his face, and you could see the light shine from his little eyes. And he pulled his mask down and he looked at his daddy and he said, "She brought me Batman."
Like Batman's alter ego Bruce Wayne, John has experienced his own childhood trauma. At 12 years old, he was the victim of molestation by an adult that he trusted.
My life was a downward spiral as a result of the situation and my pain being covered. And as a result, it just spiraled me into a life of chaos. But for me, God grabbed a hold of me and said, "Look, I've got something better for you." And fortunately, it enabled me, allowed me to face it. It allowed me to let go of the shame and the guilt.
After years of turmoil, John turned his life around and began helping others. Serving as a firefighter in Iraq, then dedicating his life to become a champion for kids. Attending birthday parties and visiting schools.
Hair's not what makes you great. It's who you are inside.
Unmasking the superhero to show that underneath, we are all super.
Anybody can be Batman. All you have to do is make a decision that you want to do things for other people. Does the fact that I don't have hair matter to you? And guess what? It shouldn't matter to you either.
So great. Well, the folks at Heroes for Hire sent us this cape. You may notice that it looks like Batman's cape. It's actually Robin's cape. And they had a bunch of little heroes sign it for us. We're grateful for this gift, but I think what we're going to actually do is sign it and send it back to the good folks at Heroes for Hire, and then that way they can auction it off and use the proceeds for kids who can really use it. So Andy, here you go.
Those kids
pen
are
for you.
heroes.
Oh my goodness, amazing. So we'll get some of the celebrities in our orange room to sign it as well.
Great.
All right, fantastic.
Now we'd like to introduce you to Batman and Batgirl. They're here.
You know, we're honored to be here. We're always honored to be in front of little heroes like Bella and Sammy and everybody fighting the fight. But I want to start off, and I want to tell you a story first. Because one of the things that the piece did talk about is our job is to reach inside of these little ones and inspire them to be everything that they were created to be. And while that show was being filmed, being recorded at Cabell Huntington, Bella was there, and Sammy was there, and there was quite a few there that day. And we had something that took place that was just absolutely heaven. And what happened, I'll tell you the story. If you go onto our Facebook, you'll see a little video that talks about it. To set the stage, you know, Darrell from the Today Show had gone off and he was doing interviews to the side. And we were approached by a little boy named Tracy Dale. And Tracy came up with his parents, his family. Tracy Dale, you know, he's got brain cancer, and boy, he's been fighting. And he's been fighting the fight like anybody that I've ever seen. And he had in his hand a jar of money. A little jar of money had little stickers of Dora the Explorer on and everything, which I thought was really cute. And I said, well, Tracy, what's this? He says, I'm giving you this money so that you can help give the kids the Batmobile, so you can make more kids happy. You got to understand, Sammy really knows what he knows. That the first day that I visited him, the day that Alicia Dennison from Golden Kids called me and I was at home and I suited up real quick and went over to the hospital because he was having a really bad day. It was his birthday. He was in for treatment. He was having none. So he was madder than a wet cat that day. So what happened for Sammy, though, was it cheered him up, gave him a different perspective on things. With Tracy, what Tracy learned out of the same lesson that I taught Sammy was this. See, I taught Bella, you know, don't I teach all the kids the same lesson? It's never give, always do the right, help other, and never be a... Exactly. You see, everybody knows this lesson. So, the neat thing is there's like a network for these kids. So, Tracy's heard Sammy's story, and they've heard Bella's story, and everything just kind of intertwines. Well, the same message that got into Sammy, got into Bella, got into Tracy. What Tracy decided to do with his was he gave us a jar full of money. Now, this wasn't just any money. When I asked his family what it was, they said it was all of the money that came in for donations for his life. All the money that people sent in to help him out. He put it in that jar and wanted to give it for the Hope Mobile. And they said it wasn't just some of it, it was all of it. $700 was in that jar. I can honestly say that at that moment, the best way I can describe it, it was just like being in the presence of Jesus himself. It was that giving, that loving, and that unconditional. So, we did something really neat. Of course, you can't turn that down because it crushed it. So we took the jar, and we've got a big fundraiser we're doing tomorrow. We're going to multiply that money. We're going to give it back to Sammy. Because we've already gotten some things worked out to fund the Hope Mobile, to bring the Hope Mobile out for the kids. But we're going to multiply that money to teach Tracy that when you do good things for people, it comes back to you bigger than when you gave it in the first place. And that's what this is all about. This whole thing is not about Batman and great costume or anything like that. This whole thing is about the real heroes. And I said something when I was doing the interview that didn't get aired. I said, if every adult in this world took the time to get to know one of, not just writing checks are great. That's perfectly fine. We definitely need the support. But if every adult would take the time to get to know some of these kids and their families, it would make you a better adult. It'll make you a better husband. It'll make you a better son. It'll make you a better father. It'll transform our lives. And I believe that. And I can honestly say that we are absolutely privileged to be able to get to know these families and these kids, because they give us something that we could have never given ourselves. And I believe that's what it's all about. So really, for me, we don't want to be honored. We don't care about being recognized. The only thing we use our recognition for is to help draw other people to put the light on the real heroes. We were excited about the Today Show, not because we were on it, but because we could get Bella in it, and Sammy in it, and all these other kids, and we could bring awareness to what these kids are fighting. Does that make sense? Yes. So I just want to encourage everybody. It's great to give, but I encourage you to invest. And what I mean by that is get to know them. Take it beyond just a donation. Spend some time with these kids and let them place inside of you the same thing that has us doing what we're doing. And that doesn't mean you're probably running around with a Batman suit on. But you know what? They've got something that you need. They have something that we all need. Isn't that right, Bella? Bella's the best dancer I know. One-legged on. Sammy, my little buddy Sammy, you know what? I can't believe, do you realize, now Sammy, did you realize that you were the first one that I visited? Did you know that? And you were having a bad day that day, weren't you? Yeah. But Sammy taught us all a lesson. Tough things make you better. Everybody say that. Tough things make you better. Last thing I'll end on is this. Life is like baking a cake. When you bake a cake, you've got all kinds of ingredients in it. You've got ingredients that taste good by themselves. You've got ingredients that taste bad by themselves. But you can't leave out the ingredients that taste bad, because if you do, what will it do to the cake? It'll mess it up, won't it? You leave out the baking soda and the other stuff you may not like, may not taste good, it'll ruin the whole thing. Those ingredients, even though they taste bad, are just as necessary as the ones that taste good. But here's the key. Those ingredients were never meant to be tasted just by themselves in the first place. They're necessary. When I was in the lowest point of my life, and my life was in such turmoil, God gave me that illustration. What He told me was that life is like baking a cake. And you have to understand that even the things that happen in your life that may not taste good, those are the things that do something inside of you to make you great. And you have to learn to look ahead, walk by faith and not by sight, and understand that even though something that we're going through might be a very bad tasting situation, it might be even tragic, there is a greater purpose on the other side of that. And there's something on the other side of that that can take us on to greatness. And I can honestly say, if I never would have gone through what I went through at 12 years old, I'd never be here right where I'm at. So I can actually thank God for allowing me to endure and go through every single bit of adversity that I had to go through in my life. Because if it wasn't for that, I'd never be where I am now. I'd never know Bella. I'd never know Sam, and countless other kids out here that need a helping hand. So just remember that. When you go through your tough situations, remember, you have to take the pain from those situations and turn it into a personal empowerment that will serve as a fuel to propel you on to greatness. Because nobody ever becomes great if their life is easy. Does that make sense? That's the truth. We love every single one of you. We love every single one of these kids. We love every single one of the people that support these kids. We're all about the community. We appreciate your support. Just remember, it's not about us. It's about them. Amen? Amen. That girl, all I have to say to you. I did that on purpose because she doesn't like to be called on when she's not planning for this. I said, tough things will make you strong.
Usually I'm the one that has to drive the cars around. I don't know if I need that. You know, I've had tough situations in my life when I was growing up. And I always tell the little heroes that we visit all the time is we have to get through the tough times to get through to the greater. And when I was in school, I always had hard times with all my subjects. I got through them, but one time I was going through speech therapy and I couldn't speak correctly. And I could not read very well as the other ones, so I would get bullied. But that didn't stop me. I went to school every day, did my speech therapy, and it got me through to where I am today. Because if I didn't get through all that, I couldn't speak to these little ones. And sometimes when I go to the schools, I have the speech teachers coming up to me and say, "Thank you so much for saying that," because I have these kids that don't want to go to their speech therapy classes. They want to do other things, and they really appreciated that, and it also made me feel good. So getting to this point has made me feel good on making the children feel wonderful.